Welcome to the coach trip. 7 couples on a 30-day tour in the sun. For some of them, it could be the holiday of a lifetime, taking in some amazing sights and cities.
Coming on coach trip has been a once-in-a-lifetime experience, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Great memories.
But for others, it could be a complete nightmare.
Did you lose your wallet?
Why did you take it with you?
Why have to leave it?
Well, you could have given it to any of us who'd have looked after it for
I
us.
need help.
This is no ordinary coach trip, because if you don't like the people you're travelling with, you can vote to send them home.
We feel that you can be a little boring.
Thought I was boring today, did you?
Overall,
Overall boring.
a little bit, I said.
I'm sorry, but, you know, I just don't accept that.
Currently travelling on the coach trip are husband and wife Dave and Di,
Well, this trip's just given us so much. You know, it's given Dave confidence, you know, all the different activities he's able to take part in. Now we can go home and we can lead a normal family life now.
partners Andrea and Ivor.
When we first met them, when we got on the coach, I thought they were boring but nice people with principles, but, I mean, how can you get it so wrong? No, I just think they're a pair of plonkers.
Mother and daughter Doris and Anne.
I've never been on a roller coaster before, and they've never interested me. They didn't interest me as a kid, and I think, well, I'm a bit old in the tooth now to start flying about up in the air up there. You can't get off, can you, if you don't like it? You've got to stay on it.
Friends Jess and Becky.
Normally we get wet on log flumes,
But
right?
this was
But this was really wet.
Soaked
this
through
was soaked.
everything.
Down to the knickers, the drawers, the lot.
Husband and wife Joy and Paul.
Well, I'd like to come back there again, but I'd like to sort of go on the old chushel puff around it and do the easy bits. I wouldn't do anything too drastic, but there's a lot to do there apart from doing the torture chamber stuff. Something for everybody there. Wonderful place, I thought.
Friends Jackson and Victoria.
You get along with people from all walks of life, but the olds...
They're fun as well. They can be fun.
But they can also be a bit difficult, can't they? My dad was old once.
Friends Paul and Tim.
Well, I don't poo. At all. I never poo. So I have a tablet that I take in the morning and it prevents you from pooing. I haven't pooed since 1967.
And trying desperately to keep his passengers interested in the trip is Brendan, their tour guide.
They want an ice cream, they want the loo, they want to have a drink. You know, they're not really interested in seeing, for example, this beautiful cathedral behind us, you know. And sometimes it makes me sort of want to bang my head against a stone wall like this.
Yesterday, the coach trip visited Tarragona in Spain, where a roller coaster ride was just too much for Brendan.
I'm just so disorientated, you know, I feel so dizzy and weak.
Andrea and Ivor started to have issues with Dave and Di.
Every time she reminds me, this is another test for David, Andrea. And I said, whoopee.
And at voting time, Di and Dave were awarded a yellow card. If they get another one today, they will have to leave the tour on day 19 of the coach trip. It's 9:15 a.m. and the coach is currently travelling from Tarragona to the Spanish-French border. Today the group will cross into France and visit the town of Perpignan. To pass the journey time, Brendan has organised a quiz, but what the passengers don't know is that this quiz has a prize that could affect their place on the coach.
So here we are this morning on our way to Perpignan, and as you know, we've travelled quite a lot in Spain. So our quiz this morning is all related to Spain, and all the questions relate to Spain. The results of the quiz have a little twist to it. Whoever gets top scorer will get total immunity from this evening's vote, and whoever gets the least questions correctly will get no vote at all, okay?
The stakes are high, especially for passengers Di and Dave, who are currently the only couple on a yellow card.
So the first question is, Seville is in which autonomous region of Spain? Is it Andalusia, Galicia, or Catalonia? By which nickname was the Spanish hero Rodrigo Diaz de Vivar better known? Was it El Cordobés, El Cid, or El Fandi? And no cheating. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have the results of this morning's quiz on Spain. Can I have a drum roll, please? Bigger than that, please. Right, the results are, with 7 out of 10, Andrea and Ivor. Very good. So they get, thank you, so they get immunity from tonight's vote.
We won the quiz today. We're amazed.
We actually thought we probably
we
9 out of 10
well,
wrong.
we said we probably got 95% wrong.
But yeah, it was good. It was really good.
We enjoyed winning, anyway.
We managed to get.
I think the quiz today has probably put a nail in our coffin. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be the end of the road for us today.
I'm gutted, actually, that they've won this quiz that we had earlier.
Yeah, that's annoying. First rate annoying, that one.
Because they were on my list today, top of the list.
They'd have been prime candidates.
Purely because they're annoying, purely because they go around trying to influence other people, flirting around, male, females, whatever, flirting around the whole group, trying to win friends.
Yeah.
But there's still one more announcement to go, the Booby Prize.
With a wonderful score of 2 out of 10, goes to Anne and Doris. Anne and Doris. So they lose their right to vote tonight, unfortunately.
Well, personally, I thought the quiz was quite hard. And I said I thought it should have been about what happened over the holiday, but then I found out it was something that happened over the holiday and we should have been listening to it. So it was our fault, wasn't it?
It was.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're passing or crossing the plain of Perpignan on our way to Perpignan. It's the capital of this province, which is the Pyrenees Orientales. It's this area called Roussillon, and it's an administrative capital. This whole region is Catalonia. The traditional commerce of this area is wine, wool, iron production, and also a lot of cork, because as you can see, it's very, very rich, fertile area for wines. And the Catalan wine is very, very strong. Can go up to 16–18%. So that's our day today. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Thank you.
So for the first time on the tour, the coach crosses the border from Spain into France. It's 12:30 and the coach trippers have arrived at their first stop.
Today we're in Argelès-sur-Mer, and this region near Perpignan is renowned for its rugby. So I have a professional rugby coach. He's waiting for us on the beach. So I'm going to take them down and we're going to learn how to play rugby and actually have a match as well.
Rugby coach Benjamin explains the basics.
On va respecter une seule règle, c'est la règle du en avant.
The one main rule you've got to keep to is to not throw the ball forward.
He then splits the group into 2 teams, one led by Brendan, the other by Dave.
Yeah, I'm the team captain of this wonderful squad, and our main tactic, well, our only tactic, is to hit them hard and hit them low.
No surrender!
As the competition heats up, Andrea decides to sit this one out.
I'm not an awful big fan of rugby, so it's not going to faze me too much keeping out of this one.
We're gonna have you, na, 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 na.
But as the game begins, it's clear neither side is treating this match as a friendly.
I look a bit sort of tubby, but I'm solid all the way through, and Brendan just hit a brick wall when he bounced into me.
He charged me like a bloody rhino, and he really winded me, especially after lunch.
Yeah, I wanted to win. 50% of our team.
We're up for it.
Yeah, Paul and Jess were more interested in their nails, I think, than actually getting on with the game.
Dave and Di and you were all really
Well, we had some
there.
axes to grind, quite literally.
Did you do it?
We ground them.
The grudge match continues until finally, Paul's had enough.
He's sent you off. Good.
And you've just got somebody like Dave who's just so hell-bent on spoiling things
He
by...
just takes everything too seriously.
Chill out.
Yeah.
Chill out.
I say he just takes things too seriously. Just take him with a pinch of salt. That's what I've done over
But
the
I
past
can't.
few days. No,
I
just ignore
can't.
it. Ignore it. You have to.
You can't, though, can you?
Well,
So
you get your own back tonight, so who cares?
Yeah, but can we vote for him again? We've already voted for him
Of course
once.
you
Does that
can.
just look vindictive?
No, if you want, you vote for who you want to, and you can vote twice in a row. It doesn't matter.
We're going to have to, because I can't stand his guts. And there are plenty of them not to stand.
With the game almost over and Dave's team one player down, Brendan takes the advantage.
And I scored a try, which was brilliant for our team, because we won.
We lost through cheating.
Oh, yeah.
Literally.
Don't get me started on that.
And ref, blind, should have borrowed these.
It's a game, you know, and they lost. And Benjamin, who was the referee, said le referee, he confirmed it. So it was 1 point to us and 0 point to them.
Coming up in part 2, the group chill out at a French vineyard.
Salut.
And at voting time, Dave's rugby tactics come back to haunt him.
To get so wound up about a stupid rugby game that nobody really cares about anyway, I think is ridiculous.
Today, the coach trippers crossed from Spain into France and arrived at the town of Perpignan. Ivor and Andrea have won a competition, giving them immunity at today's vote. And after a testosterone-filled rugby match, the tour's next stop should calm everyone down.
We've now come to just beyond Argelès, where there's a lovely chateau called the Chateau Valmet, and there's a lovely lady here called Madame Carbonnet, and she's actually going to show the group how wine is actually produced and made here. A nice cultural sort of wine tasting afternoon.
Chateau Valmet was constructed in the 1900s, but stopped producing wine until Madame Carbonel restored the vineyard 8 years ago. With a small staff, it now produces both sweet and dry wine.
Nous ne faisons pas beaucoup de vin, donc nous ne ramassons pas beaucoup de raisins, uniquement pour faire des vins de qualité.
Their main philosophy is to make the wine good quality, not lots of it. So that's why they take their time in getting the correct grapes and therefore making the best wine.
After the tour, it's time to try some of the wines produced at the chateau.
If you hold it by the stem, then you don't warm the wine with your own hand, okay? Has everybody got some?
I really enjoyed the wine tasting today. I don't know how many I've tried, and if I'm not very coherent, I apologise for that, but I think I did have my mum's share of wine.
Can you taste the raspberries? You can. Good. Nice fruity little number. Yeah, good, yeah.
The wine tasting was absolutely brilliant.
This was good. You've
Did it
taken
the
us
whole
to
of-
our spiritual home.
Definitely.
Quite literally. So we had a laugh.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, exactly. This was fun.
It's alcohol, isn't it? You know, anything that's alcohol and they're interested in it. You know, as long as they can get as much down their necks as possible, specifically Paul. I mean, he drinks it by the tumbler full.
No, this has been better. The vineyard this afternoon, trying all the wines and learning about the wine. Go on. All right, then go on. Tell them something about. No, tell them something about rugby that you've learnt today. Yeah, see, nothing at all. Now the wine, all those beautiful wines, and we've learnt how they're grown and learning.
It may have something to do with the fact that he does like his drink of wine.
I never touched the stuff. The only reason I drank it here this afternoon was to be sociable.
Yes, but you had 3 glasses.
Yes, because you didn't want to drink yours. That's the only reason I had another glass.
Salut.
Salut.
On this coach trip, the passengers vote for who they don't like travelling with. Whoever gets the most votes is awarded a yellow card. If they get another yellow card on the trip, it becomes red and they are sent home and replaced by a new pair. Brendan gathers the group together to hear the result. Di and Dave are currently the only couple with a yellow card, and because they won the quiz this morning, Andrea and Ivor are immune from a vote.
Once again, we need to know who you're voting for and your reasons why. Thank you.
Because they lost at today's quiz, Anne and Doris cannot vote, so Becky and Jess are up first.
Today we're voting for Di and Dave. If they go, then at least they haven't just arrived and disappeared off the coach. They've had
their 2
innings.
weeks.
Yeah, they've had a good innings.
Yeah.
So,
which is more than a lot of people.
Yeah.
So
Today, Joy and I, we're both voting for Jackson and Vix again. We still feel that they are very much on the outside of the group and do not seem to bond within the group. It's almost a cold shoulder job, you know, not just to us, but it isn't just us, it is to the team as a whole.
Today, we're voting for Dave and Di. We feel that after our vote with them yesterday, in response to their vote last week, there's hardly been a word between us today, and we feel that things are just going backwards and not forwards, and that's the reason we voted today.
I don't find that surprising. We vote for what's happened today, not keep dragging up what happened or didn't happen 2 or 3 weeks ago, is what it seems. So
it's fine, but if you don't want to talk to us today, you don't want to talk to us.
No, I don't want to talk to you at all. Thank you.
In fact, can I just add another comment that you may not have been aware of? As you were such good friends with Joe last week, and when you voted against us, that he actually asked, on more than one occasion, asked us to vote you off this. But we decided not to because we thought we were good friends with you at that time.
Today, our vote had to be changed because we were precluded from voting for the people we were going to vote for. So our vote goes to the Chuckle brothers, Tim and Paul. Paul, we had a good team event, but you were just not in it, mate, and it just ruined it for the rest of your team, so that's why you're getting the vote.
In regards to the rugby, I have absolutely no interest in rugby whatsoever. The only reason I took part in that rugby event was to be a part of the team. However, once I'd got the shirt on, I realised that it just wasn't for me. And yes, I'm sorry you were annoyed that I didn't partake in the team sport, but to be perfectly honest with you, Dave, to get so wound up about a stupid rugby game that nobody really cares about anyway, I think is ridiculous, and it shows you up for the type of person who you really are. And I'm glad you voted for us because it makes things easier for us.
Yeah, good. Thanks for that. No problem. You know, the coach trip obviously thought that was going to be a very entertaining event that everyone was to enjoy. So there we go.
Well, it's not for the coach trip to decide. Every single person on this coach has gelled, and I think we all think the same of each other. Tomorrow's going to be very, very difficult, but today, losing you guys is going to be with absolutely no remorse whatsoever.
Tonight, we're voting for Jess and Becky for pretty much exactly the same reason as we voted for them yesterday. They flirt around the group and are just annoying at times. And that's it, really.
The only reason we're voting for them today is because Andrea and Ivor are immune from...
that is a fact.
Because they won this quiz earlier.
We would definitely vote for them.
Definitely. But they're immune from vote, we can't vote them off, which I'm gutted about.
I'd spent most of the morning trying to figure out who we were going to vote for, and we had a great discussion about it, and we both decided it was going to be very difficult to pick somebody, and all that went out of the window with that ridiculous rugby game. And you might not like me, Dave, I might be overbearing, I might say some things that you don't like, but at the end of the day, There's only one person that can judge us, you and me and every other person here, and he's up there, and I don't wish to be judged by you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the results this evening with 3 votes against them. The second yellow card goes to Di and Dave, and that becomes a red card. So I'll have to ask you to leave the coach. Thank you. And if the rest of you, could you make your way, please, to the coach as well? Thank you.
Leave the card to yourself, yeah?
Yeah.
Keep it on. You give me a...
Of course, you don't
Yes,
do it.
yes. Give me a ring. Yeah.
Just shows the sort of person he is at the end, where he kisses his card.
Yeah, arrogant to the end.
Yes, arrogance.
Yeah.
Arrogant.
But he had to get in the fact that we were immune from a vote today, and what did he say? I couldn't vote for the people I wanted to vote for today because they're immune.
Which he didn't need to say that part, but he had to say that part.
He had to say it.
We're ready to go, actually, because we don't really want to be on with a few of those people there, do we?
No.
There are some great characters, Jackson and Vix.
Jackson and Vix are, you know, 2 lovely people.
They're lovely people. I don't think, honestly, they stand a chance either. They already sort of seem to have ganged up against them, so they're probably going to be after us.
Have we completed our mission? Unfortunately not, because there's another pair we have to get rid of.
And their names
And
are...
their names are...
Jackson and Victoria.
So watch this space. We're sending their reports back as quickly as we can.
I think she needs to grow up, basically.
Yeah. And I don't think it'll be very long before she has another tantrum on the coach.
Yeah, and shows herself up for what she is.
Yeah, upsets a few more people.
Di and Dave have been on the tour for 11 days and have gained a whole lot more from the coach trip than just sightseeing.
The trip's been fantastic. It's made Dave a new man. He's been able to do so many activities that he wasn't able to do before we come.
Yeah, marvellous.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic trip, and
Yep.
it's helped me get back to
how you used to be before your illness. Yeah.
Fun loving and, you know,
yeah.
enjoying life every day. I treasure every day that comes along.
Sadly, Di and Dave's journey ends in Perpignan, and a new couple will take their place on the coach. Next time on Coach Trip, the passengers attempt to make some top-notch French food.
Bonjour.
And Becky and Jess bite back at voting time.
We just feel that your behaviour has been a little unnecessary and a little vindictive over the last few days.
Yeah.
Stay with us here on More 4, looking for that perfect home next in Location, Location, Location.